Hello everyone, this is White Wolf, and we're going to be doing a live, and I wanted to talk about seeing truth always, and really understanding that when we see truth, we're seeing the extension of what we can see, and what we're allowing ourselves to see. So understanding that seeing truth always is seeing past illusion, it's seeing past the delusions that we always assume ourselves to be, but it also allows us to see how to find the root cause of our patterns over how we're going about a certain situation, and generating more of an ease and a grace and a wisdom that will allow us to find out who we really are and really install within our hard drive what we really need to learn, what we need to reflect on, but also what is triggering us or what is giving us resistance, what is giving us a problem in a sense in ourselves, but not allowing ourselves to grow, not allowing ourselves to really feel into the vibrations or the sensations or the emotion of everything that we're experiencing, but really allowing ourselves to see the truth always and to always imbibe that truth and really adopt it and really make an impactful change over your actions and your patterns and the way that our speech patterns are. And to realize that every time that we're willing to see truth, we're wanting to see past the illusion so that we can co-create another illusion that allows us to change the manifestation and the allowance of that experience being generated within ourselves. So we're allowing ourselves to create, because creation can only be created by truth. It can only be created by abundance. It can only be created when we choose to change the manifestation that we're attracting to ourselves, so that we're attracting the manifestation that we completely are in sync and in alignment with, so that we're generating a manifestation that is generating life and giving life back to itself. So when we're allowing ourselves to see the truth, we're allowing ourselves to see the ecstasy of this moment. We're allowing ourselves to see the creation of this moment. We're allowing ourselves to see how we can be truthful and how we can heal the moment or the unworthiness or the lack that presents itself, or that we're dealing with resistance or a fear of doing something, a fear of acting on something. So when we see the truth of the root cause of that problem or that distortion or that negativity that arises out of us, then we are able to see what we're not being truthful about and what we need to be truthful about. So it's holding ourselves accountable, it's giving ourselves responsibility, but it's giving ourselves a way to heal and transcend the human condition by looking at the truth always and seeing the truth behind the illusion, behind the mask, and wanting to mirror that back into creation. So seeing the truth is really wanting to be truthful and honest and being open so that you can receive, so that the reception can be known to itself, so that you can impact the reception that you're on, and then you can elevate the energy that is present and be able to change it, but also be able to transform what you're not transforming or healing upon or trying to come into balance with. When you're able to see the truth, it's very freeing because you're being honest with yourself. You're not running away from yourself. You're not putting up obstacles in front of yourself. You're not trying to come up with ways to run away from it, but you're coming up with ways to adopt a new perspective so that you're able to see the truth behind what you're experiencing. And when we're able to see the truth, then we're able to heal it, and then we're able to empower it, and then we're able to transcend the unworthiness that we feel within ourselves, or projecting onto other people when we're not willing to see the truth, or getting into an emotional state and then going down this downward spiral of these patterns that we assume ourselves to be. And then we have all these different emotions and different feelings and different ways of looking at it. And then it dawns on us that we have to accept the truth and have acceptance beyond our own personal biases. So then we are able to relay it in a much different way, so that we're able to go about it in a much different way, and then we're able to heal it, and we're able to transcend it. And then we're able to really discern and have discernment towards how we're using our authority to combat this. So our thoughts are not what we think they are. Our emotions are not what they think they are. We are not the body that we assume ourselves to be, so we have to see through the illusion of that. And we always have to be in the search of questioning ourselves and really understanding, like, do we want to be truthful or do we want to not be truthful in order to establish what we are not becoming. So we don't have to be in a position, we don't have to establish anything, but we have to come to a grounded form and come back into sync with ourselves and really see if it's realistic to perpetuate the same patterns, perpetuate the same emotions, to perpetuate the same experiences, and then you're going to have negative causes which generate negative effects within your life, and then you're always manifesting the same thing, which is Groundhog Day. And then when you choose not to manifest the same thing over and over and over and over and over, then you break the cycle and you break the impact that you're having on yourself negatively. And then you're able to discern for yourself that you can really see the truth in everything. And you can really see past the illusions, and you can see past the deception. And you can see past the nature that you are powerful, that you are energy, that you are cosmic, that you are divine, and you have the ability to change this, no matter if everything in your life tells you not to, and everything in your life is telling you not to come into balance with who you are. And then we have to generate the sense that we are an infinite time signature, meaning that we're in the absence of time. So that means that we all have all the time in the world, even though there is no time. And understanding this is really understanding that every day is a new day. Every day is a new day to forego and forlong expansion and really realize it and understand by seeing the truth, it's actually generating the awareness that you are not looking at something. And then when you do look at it and you do attract what you want to attract and you are impacting yourself with different actions, with different causes, with different effects, and that you're able to change the channel that you're encompassing upon, but also the truth that you're channeling and what you're saying and what you're doing and walking the walk, and literally everything seems to change around you. And then when you're able to change that around you, then you're able to change the way that you're going about life, which life will have no other choice but to change around you. And so it seems as if that then we change the narrative and the theme and the direction and the emotions behind what we are using as a false manifestation. And then we are finally manifesting something that is pure, that is aligned, that is truthful, that is really getting to the grounded form of what we need to become and what we need to channel and what we need to really let go of. And that's the point of letting go. It's the point to where you are fed up with not wanting to manifest something that is of your dreams, something that is of your essence, and something that will ultimately make you more happy instead of doing something that is rigid, that is very false, that doesn't allow you to combat what you are. And then you're able to balance what is not of your nature, and then you're balancing the things that are of your nature, and you're blending them together so that it comes to a purified, grounded form. So it allows you and gives you the ability to share, the ability to tap in, the ability to know yourself, the ability to follow the intuitive natures that present itself. So in order to know yourself, you have to look at the truth of what is not you. You have to see past the illusions. You have to see past the corruption or the distortion that we perpetuate. And if we break the cycle, we break the pattern, and then we open up many different parallel timelines. When we heal our unworthiness, we tap into empowerment. When we focus on our gifts and focus on the things that bring us a lot of passion, then we become more wise and we become more collected and we become more confident and consecrated within our faith. In doing things and carrying out things and wanting to align to things, and just wanting to bring forth that wisdom, that trust, that faith within ourselves to really know ourselves fully in a truthful way, in an honest way, in a conscious way. And then you're able to bring forth the truth that you want to become in that moment. And then everything seems to be more purified and more realized because you're accepting the true nature of looking at truth and not running away from it. But if you face the music and you face the truth and you are willing to let go and you're willing to ditch attachments and you're willing to ditch what is keeping you small, and then you embrace what keeps you expanded. And if you embrace that and you appreciate it and you trade it out with the expectations that you once had, and instead of the expectations, then you're not following on people validating you or people appreciating you or people complimenting you. Then you are really just focused on your own divinity and you're focused on your own path and focusing on the individuation of this creation that you are so that you can impact the collective in a much bigger way. But you have to bring it back into a grounded form and you have to really know who the Creator is always. If you know who the Creator is always, then there's no questioning it. But if there is a hint of doubt or a hint of running away, if there is a hint or a sliver of false pretense, then you have fallen back into the past. And then you've fallen back into the past progressions of energy. Instead of generating the cosmic abundant energy of the now present moment, now you are able to channel the future and bring it back into who you want to become. So it always wants you, the divine always wants you to live by your heart's desire, live by your design, live by being that author of your life, but also being the architect of your life, and that you have the ability and the choice to create it. And that we don't have to use people as doormats. We don't have to use excuses or choices that we made in the past dictate who we are now. Because we weren't even that person that we were in the past that made those mistakes, if you will, because I don't believe there are mistakes. But I believe there are ways of creating. If you create in a negative way, you're going to get negative impacts. If you create in a positive way, an empowering way, an enlightening way, then that is going to show you how to really be truthful and how to be in sync with yourself, always. And then you'll allow yourself and force yourself to live in a meditative state, always. You'll force yourself to do it because you know that that is the way to go. Because it's more fulfilling, it's more happy, it's more joyous, and it's more revealing. And then once you reveal yourself and you put yourself out in the light, then there is nothing there to hide. So truth is not something that is hidden. Truth is something that is always outward. It's out in the open. It's awareness. It's pure. It's direct. And it's firm and it's fair, always, because it develops that sense of faith, unity, and trust. And then when you're able to do that, then everything in your life will have no other choice but to be changing. So I know that was a long opening for the live, but also I wanted to let you guys know that I have private sessions. I do have my payment links in the description below if you wanted to book a private session. It's $120 for psychic readings, healings, activation codes, downloads. And if you wanted to make an appointment, I'm Eastern time zone. So just let me know in the bottom there if you wanted to book a private session with me. It's only 1 hour, it's $120, and I do psychic readings later. Let me know if you're able to see it, because TikTok said I made duplicates of the same thing, which I have to. But yeah, it's paypal.me, Jacob Dylan Wolf / and Cashapp whitewolftheoracle. So I wanted to do some healing energy because I feel like it is very much needed for this planet. And I always do these messages with the intention of wanting people to really know and to tap in and to feel and to actually decide for themselves and act for themselves and really gain the perspective that seeing the truth is radiating in your purification. Seeing the truth is not running away, it's not deflecting, it's not batting away the cobwebs, but it's actually just kind of getting the blower and blowing all that stuff out of your garage or your closet or however you visualize it. And I know that was a very simple analogy, but it's true. It's like I saw my driveway, even though I blew it off, I did yard work 5 hours, I mowed the grass, I cut a tree down. It wasn't a humongous tree, but it still took a lot of time. And I saw that it rained last night and my driveway was just kind of dirty. And it was just, that's the same thing. And what we're doing is just pushing out the dirt out of our spiritual homes, out of our insides, out of our relatability and out of our familiarity. We're able to just get that blower and blow all of that dirt away and get it out of our systems. And not to leave things unsaid and to not leave things just up in the air, but just to finally have that inner being and that knowingness that we have the ability to really tap into truth, to be purified in our nature, and to really not be subjected to not tapping into this truth. So we're going to be doing some healing energy, so you can accept this healing energy, you can receive it, and also I'll probably be going live later to do psychic readings and healings. So without further ado, this is White Wolf. We're going to be doing some healing energy. I hope you guys are doing well. And just let me know if you feel anything during this healing energy, light codes, you see things, give me feedback. I love to hear your guys' feedback because it lets me know what you're experiencing. Allow ourselves to transcend the human condition. Allow ourselves to be pure in our energy, to be exact, to be precise, but also to remain in our authority, but also be grounded all at the same time. Have a chakra recalibration. Activating the ears to tap into galactic frequencies and angelic frequencies as well, so that we're able to hear and sense and perceive much better. And we cup our hands in blessing and to receive the body of Christ consciousness, receive the water, and allow this to be an energy of release with this healing energy. Some of you are receiving swords Some of you are receiving shields as well. And just think of this as falling on your sword. Just having a moment where you get to kneel, you get to fall on your sword. You get to have compassion within yourself and unconditional love for yourself, and having acceptance within yourself and giving yourself that unconditional love back. And just releasing traumas, releasing emotional sensitivities or ways that we get triggered, and just seeing them as ways that the Creator is guiding us, in a sense. And have a nice layer of protection grid over you, a strong layer that is made up of billions and billions of electrons, billions and billions of energy codes. And just feel into the ecstasy and the bliss of this moment, to where we can change the set of experiences, the patterns, the speech patterns, the way that we live our lives. And choosing for the light to be brought forth within yourself. And just really realizing how we can transcend our assumptions, our emotions, and change that polarity of positive and negative, and change the causes and effects, and be able to make impactful changes on our actions so that we can finally start attracting and be magnetic in our manifestations. So now that they're more impactful, and now that they're more pure, and now that they're actually aligning to the parallel aspects of ourselves, of the monad, the I Am Presence, but also our parallel realities, so that we can really tap into every extension of who we are, instead of not tapping into that, but actually feeling something, actually revealing something. Absolutely just allowing yourself to get all the stuff that you need out of your system so that the new system can be downloaded within your hard drive. And receiving this healing energy will develop the sense of worthiness in yourself. It will develop the sense of relaxation, of vulnerability, but really aligning to the very thing that you've been wanting, that you've been desiring, and really fine-tuning your connection. Being interconnected with the entire universe. But being connected to an endless supply being connected to that will allow you to transcend the overview of your journey. But in this moment, love yourself. Love who you are. Know yourself. And know the purity that you are. And just always see the truth in every situation. See the truth in yourself. See the misfires. See the misconceptions and see the distortions. So then you're able to not indulge in it, not give it credence or power or meaning. So then you're able to just bypass that. Not spiritually bypass, but not take it on because it's not your burden. It is not your problem. It is not the irritation that you always have to feel. But just decide today if you're able to see the truth in every situation. And if you are that truth, then that means that you always accept that you have to become the oracle of divine wisdom. Become the one who has the truth, that will deliver the truth, and will get it out by any means necessary. The chosen, the mirrors, and the gods awakening here and now and forevermore. So everybody take one last deep breath. Exhale. And so it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed the live feed itself. I hope the internet connection was good. And I really, really appreciate the likes, the shares, and everybody who has watched. So, also, if you see me going live later, I will be doing that. And also, just let me know if you want to book a private session for 1 hour for $120. And every time that I go live, I do $15 donations, $20 donations. So without further ado, this is White Wolf. God bless. Namaste. And also just remember, to see the truth is to be wise. It is to be loving. But it's also to reflect that truth. And it's really seeing what it actually is. Seeing the energy for what it is. Seeing consciousness for what it is. And knowing that we have to separate what is not of our resonance and then know what is of our resonance and aligning to that. So thank you guys so much. God bless. Namaste. This is White Wolf signing off, and so it is forever.